This is a short clip of the Economics Happy Hour podcast that I do with Jadrian Wooten. If you'd like to watch the full clip, you can go to the link in the description, or you can check out Economics Happy Hour on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast provider.
So Matt and I are recording this, again, mid-June. Matt, if you would like to go this weekend to Pittsburgh. So okay. Taylor Swift is playing in Swiftsburg, I think is what they're calling it. Yep. Saturday night, top shelf. It is unrestricted. Unrestricted view, section 507, row N, 2 tickets will cost you $1,445 each before taxes and fees, which if any of you have ever purchased tickets online for a secondary event, I'm going to click through and hopefully try not to buy these.
StubHub adds 25%. StubHub does. When I bought on StubHub,
I'm trying to sign in and not accidentally purchase these. So, I can't find it.
Right. So but if you is she leaving on the table, or is she leaving money on the table? Is she rational with her pricing strategy? Assuming all she wants to do is maximize profits, which I don't think is true. But if that's the case, is she leaving a lot of money on the table here? It's kind of an interesting question because people are instantly selling.
Yeah. So this is always really good. And this is, I think you and I have gotten to talk about this like very briefly in different episodes, where we have these theories that we talk about in economics, this idea that you should be profit maximizing and you should charge the highest price you possibly like. We talk about this as though like they're universal laws. And then we see these things happen and we question, right? Like, is she doing it right? And then us two knuckleheads are like, no, right? She's leaving money on the table. She could have charged $1,000 for that upper deck ticket. I'm going to say, no, I think she's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But I think this goes back to some of, I would say, limitations of the way we teach it in principles courses. She's not selling just one product, right? So a ticket to the concert is part of it. However, she is also, she's going to collect money on merchandise. She's going to collect some of the parking money, probably. She's probably getting a cut of the concessions, or she's getting cuts of other things. So, right, you want to pack the house. The most important thing for an artist is you want that place sold out. You don't want to try to find the profit maximizing point where it's just like 20 millionaires down in the front who get a private showing. That concert's not fun. It's much better to be with 50,000 of your friends rather than 5. And so I think, sort of from that perspective, she is creating an environment that is going to be memorable for individuals. And I think I would essentially say she's playing the long game. She's losing some money today, but I think she's going to make it up in the long run. I mean, she still sells CDs. They're still selling, albums are coming back. I actually think, if I remember correctly, she might have been the top selling record player like last year. I think she was the number one for like vinyl records. Right, she's getting cuts of that. People are streaming her on Spotify. She's getting a cut of Spotify records. If she came out and tried to profit maximize off of each concert, I think she would lose so many fans. She would lose that other money. So I think she's profit maximizing across her units.
No, I completely agree. And is this the exact right price? Well, probably not. But I think it's close. And I think Taylor Swift, and I say this with respect, is one of the most, profit maximizing capitalists there is in anywhere.
She's savvy. She's very savvy.
It's not just savvy, but like you've got people who are like, they'll say like, I'm a socialist, and they'll like, I'm going to go buy all 4 different of Taylor Swift's specialty albums that are $60 each. Like they're just handing money over. And if they started to have the idea that she's price gouging on concerts, that's all gone. A lot of the people who love her will not get into the show. So I think it's absolutely crucial she's not seen as completely price gouging here. And the fact that they sell for so much more after really insulates her from those charges. So I think from a long-term point of view, I think if she thinks this is her last one, well, you still have the records to sell after, but if you think it's the last one, then I think it might have been a mistake. You could have perhaps doubled the prices. I think doubling the prices, you're still selling out.
Right. Her going away, her retirement. So actually, I guess Swifties, get ready. Yeah. When she takes her retirement tour, that might be, you might start seeing much higher prices.
Yeah.
But I think right now what she's doing, is, she makes so much money off of things like Spotify and Apple Music, licensing, that she needs her fans to basically spend the entire week just playing her song on repeat over and over. And again, like you said, if she comes out as price gouging, I think she loses all
disaster. That's like thinking from a risk management point of view, that you've got to protect your reputation. And I mean, you mentioned savvy, unbelievably savvy, right? I mean, when the SBF company that went under, they approached Taylor Swift and they looked and they asked a question about, they asked a question about the securities, and is this like through a license? And they're like, it's not. No, we're out. Yeah. And if she was approached, she could have made probably gotten a $25 million endorsement deal for signing on and turned it down. I mean, whereas a lot of others are in, Shaquille O'Neal just got served papers for this. Incredibly savvy and thoughtful. And I do think there is part thinking, look, I think part of her is thinking, look, I'm making plenty off of this. These are my fans. I don't need to charge the exorbitantly high prices, but is very much, coming up with these specialty albums, which people value, right? If you're spending $60 on it, we're economists. Clearly the people buying them value those as much more than $60. And
so according to CNBC, Taylor Swift is the highest paid female entertainer in the world, earning $92 million in 2022. Of the top 10 earning entertainers in the world, she ranks 9th behind Tyler Perry, Brad Pitt, the Rolling Stones, and other older male creatives in Hollywood. Okay. So she knows what she's doing, right? Like you can't be the highest.
Absolutely.
And that was her 2022 earnings.
Yeah.
I mean, right. Like the bulk of her concerts happening now.
Yep.
So it'll be very interesting to hear. 2023 promises to be an even bigger year for Swift as the musician kicks off her 52-night Eras tour in March, which comes with a potential 9-figure payout per Forbes estimates.
I hope you enjoyed this clip. Please like and subscribe to see more video content, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.